the Council. Thus, I'd like to state for the record that my role was limited to the mandate of my office to assess that the situation does not escalate into a national security concern. The implementation of the ICC warrant is beyond my mandate, and I have no part in it. And may I also state for the record that I am not aware of any core group, nor am I a member of such group that allegedly planned and prepared for the arrest of former
Ay, di sinungaling yung DILG.
the law. Again, my loyalty is always to the country, to the Constitution, and not to any person. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Salamat, Secretary Ed. Subalit sa kabila nito, nagsalita po ang ating mahal na Secretary John Vic na ang nagplano po rito, o yung pagkaintindi namin, ang nagplano ay kayo.
I would like
Secretary
to
Anyo, Secretary Gibot Chodoro, at ang pinangalan, ang Chief PNP, General Marbil. Parang apat yung pinangalanan sa isang interview ng ating Secretary ng DILG.
Can I answer that, ma'am?
Yes, please, you're recognized.
The question was, who planned this? I did not state in any way who planned it.
Oy! Nako, sinabi mo na eh.
Let me explain first, ma'am. We were discussing rumors of an impending arrival.
Parang hindi yung ganun ang dating sa amin eh. Ang
that is the whole truth, ma'am. That is what we were discussing rumors.
Anong rumor, sir? Eh, ikaw nagsasalita dyan, sir. Hindi naman pwedeng dami mo yan.
Patugtog na lang natin para maintindihan, ha?
And who was really on top of this? Kayo ho ba? Because during the press conference of the President, it was you and the President.
Yes.
So ikaw ho ba nagplano ng lahat ng ito?
Hindi naman. It was a group effort. Secretary Chidoro was there. Secretary Anyong was there too. And the President and I.
The Philippine National Police has the power to ask the armed forces to assist. And that is the extent of the participation of my department and the armed forces of the Philippines. And all other matters in supporting the Philippine National Police are covered by operational security.
Tama po. Kaya hindi talaga chismis lang to. Meron talagang natanggap. At sinabi rin sa isang interview, alas 3 ng umaga, natanggap na yung notice of arrest.
Yes. Magandang hapon muli sa ating mga kasama. Nako po, eto na. Nagkakaroon na ho ng diskusyon kung ano talaga ang tunay na nangyari. Aba, alamin natin yan mga kasama. Ito po ay live hearing ngayon na nangyayari. Hindi ko na ho bibigyan ng magandang reaction ito. Kayo na ho ang bahalang humusga at sino-sino ang mga involved dito sa nangyaring pagdakip kay Tatay Digong. Meron ho silang sinasabi, meron ho sinasabi si Miss Amy na merong standa ang kapatid niya, pero bakit ganun ang ginawa? Ngayon, parang lumalabas dito, turuan na ang lumalabas dito. Alamin natin mga kasama, okay na humbala, ito na.
The President at the 101st time changed his mind and determined that there was somehow some kind of jurisdiction that allowed them to come here and investigate.
I cannot comment on the state of mind when he said that.
I don't think it's a question of state of mind, sir. It's statements.
The statement will speak for itself.
When did the executive then change his mind, given that we are admitting he changed his mind, at least to some degree?
Well, I cannot agree to the question, ma'am, is very vague, if you ask me.
Hindi, nagbago, di ba? Nung una, sabi niya talagang haharangan niya.
Because I cannot, as I said earlier, ma'am.
Tapos biglang sinabi na bukas ang Pilipinas. Kung nag-iimbestiga sila, papasukin. Pwera lang pag may ginagawang illegal o may krimen.
Again, I can say that hindi ko ako pwede magkomento sa state of mind niya. Kung paano ho nag-iisip ang Pangulo,
hindi ko naman tinatanong kung galit, wala naman akong tinatanong kung masaya, yun ang state of mind. Ang tinatanong ko, doon sa sinabi, hindi ba maliwanag na nag-iba?
Sabi ko nga ho, lahat tayo nagbabago ng pag-iisip sa pagdaan po ng panahon.
Okay.
Tayo po ay natututo naman ng unti-unti at nauunawaan natin ng gusto ang pangyayari sa paligid natin.
Kung aaminin natin na nagbago ang pag-iisip, bakit? At kailan nagbago yung pag-iisip natin tungkol sa jurisdiction ng ICC? Bakit? At meron bang dahilan? Baka may alam ang DND, baka may alam ang NSC, para maintindihan natin kung saan na tayo ngayon. Kasi tayo ay nag-iimbestiga in aid of legislation. Gusto ko malaman saan ba tayo patungo. Ano na ba ngayon? Palibasa, eto nga, admitido natin, nagbago. Kung nagbago, saan na tayo ngayon?
Siguro po yung pag-unawa po ng ICC jurisdiction. Kasi nung nag-a-apela pa tayo sa ICC, na sinasabi natin na hindi tayo sa kalaw dito, marahil yung isang pagising natin sa katotohanan na ang hinahabol ng ICC ay hindi naman bansa, ngunit individual. Marahil yun po yung pag-unawa na nagbago sa ating lahat. Kasi hindi naman
Wala naman naghahabol eh. Winidraw nga ni Tatay Digong eh. Tapos sino maghahabol? Ha? Nako, eto na. Booking na ng labanan dito.
po estado natin ang hinihimok ng ICC. Kundi po yung mga individual dito na nagkasala at yung naging biktima po ng mga
Kung may individual dito nagkasala, dapat dito lang sa Pilipinas. Di ba? Ano pa yung silbi ng ating batas? Yan ang ating mga reaksyon. Ano yung silbi ng, kayo, Justice Secretary, Sir, Boss, ano ang silbi ng ating gobyerno sa in terms of justice kung kayo po ay mismo, ay hindi nyo maipaliwanag yung sinasabi ni Miss Amy?
krimen at ng mga pamilya po ng mga biktima ng mga pagpatay ng panahon na yun.
Okay. At sabihin natin may limited cooperation sa ICC. Sabihin natin, nung 13 November, si ASEC ES Bersamin pala, ay nagsabi that if the ICC refers the process to Interpol, which may then transmit a red notice to the Philippines, the government will feel obliged to consider the red notice. Parang may ganon, may statement ba dyan? Yung kay ES Bersamin.
Alala ko po yung statement na yun.
Naalala po niya. Oo. So, yung pagbabago ay malinaw. Kasi pati si Executive Secretary, diniin na nagbago nga talaga. Tama po ba? Kasi sabi niya, lalo kapag may pulang notisya.
Marahil dahil ito sa mga karanasan natin sa mga nakaraang buwan na tumutulong po ang Interpol sa ating bansa. Kaya ang pag-alam natin sa Interpol ay ganun-ganun na lamang. Hindi po natin pinababayaan na magkasamaan ng loob sa Interpol sapagkat sila po yung ating inaasahan sa maraming pagkakataon.
Tama, talagang lumalaki tayo at umaasa sa Interpol. Ngayon, nung January kayo po nagsalita at tatanungin ko kung tama po ba to. At sinabi na the Marcos administration ay uupo kasama na ng ICC. Talagang uupuan na natin to discuss certain areas of cooperation. So hindi na no cooperation, no blocking, no limit.
Nawawala mga kasama.
Tatalakayin ang ibang mga areas kung
hindi
pwede,
alam kung
saan pwede
ng
makipagkaisa. Tama ba yun?
Hindi ko naalala yung statement.
January 2025 po, sinabi ninyo.
Ngayon hindi na naalala ni Sir. Bakit kaya? Meron kaya siyang amnesia?
Uupo kayo kasama ng ICC para malaman doon sa kanilang investigasyon ukol sa libo-libong pagpapatay ng drug war ni Presidente Duterte. Sabi mo, ayon sa report, na yung cooperation with an international tribunal ay pinapayagan sa ating batas. At yung ICC representatives have been going in and out of the country without any of us raising anything. January 2025 po.
Bulgar.
So ano ho yung tanong?
Ang sinasabi ko, what happened to the President's statement that the government will not lift a finger? And what happens to your own assertion that there will be no blocking but no cooperation? Ngayon, nakikipagtungo na tayo sa ICC.
Hindi, yun po yung sinasabi natin nagiging bukas ang ating isipan, ngunit hindi po natin ginawa. Hindi po tayo nakiupo, hindi tayo nakipag-usap. Yun po yung malinaw sa lahat.
Pero handa kayo nun, ngunit hindi natuloy. Ganun po ba?
Marahil ho, kung meron ho tutulay, pero wala naman ho tumuloy eh. Kaya wala ho nangyari.
Nako.
Pero meron rin kayong sinabi that the ICC representatives as of January 2025 have been going in and out. Labas-pasok sila sa ating bansa. Hinahayaan lang natin.
Hindi ko po hindi ko ho alam yung pagpasok at paglabas nila.
Meron po
Wala ko kung kaalaman sa pagpasok at paglabas. Marahil sa kanilang pag-iimbestiga, labas-pasok sila dito. Ngunit wala akong nagsasabi sa akin na ICC po yung labas-pasok dito. Wala pong report sa immigration, wala po akong report sa ating mga...
Hirap magpaliwanag, ano? Oo, ang hirap talaga magpaliwanag pag talaga meron talaga sabi ni Aling Ledesma.
Kayo po nagsabi, kaya ako nalaman na may ICC representatives na labas-pasok dito sa ating bansa na hindi tayo umaalma, hindi tayo nagrereklamo. Yun na ang pagkasabi po ninyo.
Ang sabi nga namin dati pa, kung wala ho silang nilalabag na batas, ay malaya po silang maglabas-pasok sa ating bansa. Katulad po ng kahit sino pang turista o sino pong nais bumisita sa ating bansa.
Iba po yung pakay ng turista, iba naman yata ang pakay ng kinatawan ng ICC. So, nag-iba na talaga. Sa bandang January ng 2025, hinayaan na natin sila na lumabas-pasok dito sa ating bansa. Ganun po ba?
Hindi po wala tayong hinahayaan, hindi lang ho tayo nagtatanong kung hindi natin tinatanong ang lahat ng labas-pasok dito kung sila po ay ICC. Pero kasi nga sa dami po ng labas-pasok sa atin, hindi po natin tinatanong.
So hanggang Enero nitong taon talagang maliwanag na labas-pasok na yung mga ICC, ano?
Hindi ko po alam eh. Wala pa akong personal knowledge. I can only speak from personal knowledge.
Narito kasi sa Philippine Star at sinabi na I know that as anecdotally from people I know from the human rights community, they've been in contact here.
Nako.
Oh, may mga nagkikwento po na may kausap silang ICC.
So alam po
Ngunit-
ninyo. Kasi sabi mo in-identify pa ninyo yung source. Sabi
Ayan,
ninyo
oh.
yung human rights people,
Ayan, oh.
nagko-contact
Oo nga,
na,
oo.
usap na. Di alam na ninyo na nandito na yung ICC.
Ay, hindi ko po nalalaman kung nandun sila. Sinasabi lang nila may kausap sila.
Grabe.
Hindi ko sinasabi ko saan sila
Huli
nag-usap
na,
at paano.
matanggi pa.
Pero siyempre marami hong gustong tumulay. Ngunit hindi naman natin, hindi ho nagkaroon ng pagkakataon na makilala talaga namin ng ICC o makaharap. Kahit kailan po hindi namin nakaharap ang ICC.
Pero alam ninyo na may galaw na sila at nag-iimbestiga na sila.
7 taon na po sila gumagalaw, ma'am. 7 taon na. Hindi naman ngayon lang yan eh. 7 years ago, the ICC was already investigating what happened during the drug war.
What happened 7 years ago? Parang nahinto eh. Bakit sinabi natin na hindi na tayo
Yun lang po yung aking recollection kung kailan sila
Naku,
nagsimula.
panibagong-
Parang 2016 nga, baka 9 years ago pa. Sinimulan na po nilang bantayan ang ating drug watch, yung ating drug war, nung nagsimula po yung patayan.
Pero matibay ang ating kalooban, matibay ang paninindigan natin na hindi natin natutulungan at talagang tututulan natin pagkat meron tayong sariling pulis, may sarili tayong mga korte. Ang liwaliwanag nun.
Opo.
Bago lamang,
Meron po tayong panahon na binabantayan dito.
taon.
May panahon po tayong binabantayan dito. 2016 hanggang 2019, ay doon po ang kainitan ng drug war. At ito po, ang dami ho lumalapit sa aming opisina, humihingi ng tulong na maimbestigahan yung magpatay kung kani-kanino na lamang. Pero marami ho kaming talagang naging ano eh.
Kailan pumunta sa opisina ninyo? Kasi binabanggit ninyo, hindi pa Marcos administration, yung 2016 to 2019. Kailan nag-umpisa?
Simula ho sila pumunta sa amin, 2022 na.
Oh.
So matagal na ho nakalipas ang mga krimen na nangyari.
Pero nung umpisa,
Grabe, no?
ang sinasabi natin,
Ibang
paulit-ulit, talagang
kwentito,
hindi tayo tutulong at hindi natin hahayaan sila manghimasok. Maybe we can ask Secretary Anyong, sorry, kumakain po kayo, violation na naman ng human rights po to. Pero kung maaari bilang pinuno ng National Security Council, baka may naalam kayo tungkol sa pivot. Kasi parang nag-iba eh. Di nag-iba. Bakit nag-iba? Nung una, ang tindi ng ating paninindigan na hindi kailanman tayo tutulong sa ICC. Biglang lumambot. Nahahayaan natin pag pumasok sila. Tapos, pagkatapos nun, meron ng
Sige,
statement.
Miss Amy. Oo, ganyan ang gusto namin. Kung talagang mahal mo si Tatay Digong, ganyan gusto namin. Balasahin mo yung mga, umaresto. Yung mga naging boses noong mga oras na yon.
Tayo, kung may mamamagitan, pag-uusapan kung saan tayo pwede tumulong. Meron ba kayong alam, Secretary Anyo? Kasi maraming nagsasabi na kayo daw ang dahilan kung bakit nagbago ang isipan ng ating administrasyon.
Madam Chair, palagay ko po ay walang basis po yung ganung klaseng allegation sapagkat ito po ay legal na usapan.
Kami lokohin.
Kami nag-focus sa legal na usapan sapagkat ang sa amin po ay on the lens of national security. Tapos wala rin po kaming na-monitor na pumasok dito ng mga ICC investigators kung sinasabi ng mga panahon na yan.
So wala kayong alam tungkol sa pagbabago ng isipan at polisiya ng ating administrasyon?
Wala po, Madam Chair.
At hindi rin kayo kasama sa pagpaplano ng aresto ni former President Duterte?
Ma'am, meron po akong opening statement. Pwede ko po bang basahin?
Siyempre, oo. In the meantime, if I may recognize the arrival of Senator Cayetano. Please proceed, Secretary.
Yes,
Ano,
ma'am.
please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to start by thanking the Senate Committee on Foreign Relations, chaired by Senator Amy.
Ito mga kasama, alamin natin ang stand ni Amy rito Kung talagang mapapanagot niya itong mga, yung mga involved sa pag-aresto kay Tatay Digong, maniniwala tayo sa kanya. Pero kung ganito at kwento-kwento lang, hearing, mag-obserba muna tayo mga kasama.
Ni R. Marcos for the opportunity to clarify the truth about what transpired during the arrest of former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte and other related matters. I believe this is also a good venue for me and my fellow officials to clarify what really happened and to debunk and dispel the false accusations and fake narratives that have misled the public about this issue. As government officials, it is our duty.
Sino na ba nag-ano sa'yo? Di ba yung isa, yung DILG? Siya ang nagsabi, magsabwatang, meron kayong meron kayong, ano ba tawag doon? Oo, yung sinabi ni DILG DILG chairman ba tawag doon? Di ba? Siya nagsabi, meron silang, grabe no? Meron silang mga pag-uusap, sino ang nagplano? Tapos ngayon, kanya-kanya kayo ngayong pabibo. Hindi, wala.
To be truthful and to assure the public that our actions were proper and in accordance with the law. I, for one, have been the victim of relentless disinformation campaign aimed at destroying the integrity and credibility I have carefully built over 4 decades of public service, which began...
Ang sisihin mo, yung DILG, dinawit yung pangalan mo, tapos ngayon, meron kayong babasahin, play safe nyo yung sarili nyo. Mali yun. Ha? Oo, ngayon panagutin mo. Sige, tanungin mo si kung ano yung participation mo kay Tatay Digong. Pwede mong harapin dyan. Sabihin mo, bakit mo ako dinawit? Oo. Ano ba ako? Kasama ba ako sa nag-organisa para madakip si PRRD? Tapatin mo.
And the day I entered the hallowed halls of the Philippine Military Academy, while public officials are not supposed to be thin-skinned, I have rolled with the punches for several days. However, the time has come for me to air my side. Therefore, I am grateful for the opportunity to speak before the Senate and present the truth. As a former member of the cabinet of the Duterte administration, it is also very hard for me to see the former president arrested. I worked closely with former President Duterte for so many years through the most serious crisis the country faced.
Talaga?
And we have developed and nurtured a personal friendship. He trusted and respected me in the same way I trusted and respected him, even after our terms ended in 2022. I retired from public service when former President Duterte ended his term. However, the repeated calls for public service came again, and 6 months after my retirement, I was appointed by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to be his national security advisor. I saw my appointment as a continuation of my service to the Filipino people across different administrations. As a soldier, my loyalty has always been to the Constitution and the chain of command. This has always been my principle when I served as the Commanding General of the Philippine Army under President Noynoy Aquino, then as AP Chief of Staff, and later as Secretary of the Department of Interior and Local Government under President Duterte, and now as National Security Advisor under President Marcos Jr. In its position, I've held under several administrations. I've never played politics. I do not have a political agenda, nor do I have, or will I ever have political ambitions. I uphold the same principle in my role as National Security Advisor and Director General of the National Security Council. Thus, I'd like to state for the record that my role was limited to the mandate of my office to assess that the situation does not escalate into a national security concern. The implementation of the ICC warrant is beyond my mandate, and I have no part in it. And may I also state for the record that I am not aware of any core group, nor am I a member of such group that allegedly planned and prepared for the arrest of former
Di sinungaling yung DILG. Bakit ka sinasama?
President Duterte. In fact, it was only on Tuesday morning, March 11, 2025, that I learned that there was already an Interpol red notice and that the ICC warrant of arrest would be served. There was also no intelligence operation. The former president's presence in Hong Kong, as well as his return to the country, was a public knowledge since it was heavily reported in both mainstream and social media. It is utterly unacceptable and unfair that my name is being dragged into an alleged grand conspiracy. I firmly deny any allegations of a grand conspiracy. In fact, the events in March 11
Naglaga na, mga kasama.
were spontaneous.
Pasagutin mo ngayon, Amy. Miss Amy, pasagutin mo ngayon si DILG. Ano yung sinasabi niya na kasama si Anyo? Sige, para malaman ang totoo.
As National Security Advisor, I was merely doing my job. However, I face all these accusations against my honor and integrity with firm resolve, knowing that I am on the side of the truth, and I was simply doing what I had to do. And in doing so, I upheld the truth, justice, and the rule of the law. Again, my loyalty is always to the country, to the Constitution, and not to any person. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Salamat, Secretary Ed. Subalit sa kabila nito, nagsalita po ang ating mahal na Secretary John Vic na ang nagplano po rito, o yung pagkaintindi namin, ang nagplano ay kayo.
I would like
Secretary
to
Anyo, Secretary Gibot Chodoro, at ang pinangalan, ang Chief PNP, General Marbil. Parang apat yung pinangalanan sa isang interview ng ating Secretary ng DILG.
Can I answer that, ma'am?
Yes, please, you're recognized.
The question was, who planned this? I did not state in any way who planned it.
Oy! Nako, sinabi mo na eh. Ngayon babawiin mo, sinabi mo na yun.
The meeting was of executive privilege. It is a conversation between the president and the ones I mentioned. There was...
Sa interview mo, kuya, sir, boss, sa interview mo, dun sa, kay Miss Pinky Web, napanood namin yun.
So what exactly did you say? Ano sinabi po ninyo?
They asked me-
Pagkaintindi namin, itong apat na pinangalanan, ang siyang nagplano.
Ma'am, we're already invoking
namin.
executive privilege in this matter.
Yes.
We're invoking executive privilege in this.
Yes, that's
already-
fine, but it's in
yes.
the interview and it's
Yes, ma'am.
public.
It goes as far as the interview, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'd like to understand. I think your brother was trying
I
to
did not
explain
state in any
what he
way.
said in the interview, and I'm
They
happy to
asked
hear
me
it.
if I planned it. I said it was not me. There were
Nako.
other people in the room, but we did not discuss any plans of any arrest.
Saan nanggaling yung mga pangalan na ito?
Ma'am, that again is executive privilege. Ma'am, let
Pero
me explain, ma'am.
nandun-
Let me explain
nandun
first,
sa
ma'am.
interview po eh.
Yes, yes,
Ang
ma'am.
liwanag
Let
eh.
me explain first, ma'am. We were discussing rumors of an impending arrival based
Parang hindi
on
yung ganun ang dating sa amin eh. Ang
That
parang
is-
hindi
that is
namin,
the
apat
whole
na
truth,
nagplano.
that is what we were discussing rumors.
Anong rumor, sir? Eh, ikaw nagsasalita dyan, sir. Hindi naman pwedeng dami mo yan.
But, ma'am,
Patugtog na lang natin para maintindihan ha.
What was and who was really on top of this? Kayo ho ba? Because during the press conference of the president, it was you and the president.
yes.
So ikaw ho ba nagplano ng lahat ng ito?
Hindi naman, hindi naman. It was a group effort. Secretary Chidoro was there, Secretary Anyong was
Group
there too,
effort.
and the President and I. So hindi naman ako. Ako lang ang natira.
stand by that, ma'am.
Last man standing doon sa Malacanang.
I stand by that.
Kasi Secretary Chidoro was working out of his office.
Eh napakaliwanag po ng sinabi
Yes, ma'am.
ninyo. Wala
Secretary
namang
Anyo, of course,
mapakiyaw-kiyaw
is
doon sa
Special
sinabi.
Police Intelligence.
Yes, ma'am.
Patayin na muna natin. Pakaliwanag naman ang sabi ninyo, hindi ako mag-isa kahit ako ang kasama ng presidente nung
Yes,
nagsalita
ma'am.
sa press con, hindi ako mag-isa ang nagplano. Isang grupo kami. Tapos pinangalanan mo.
No, ma'am.
Eh sinabi ninyo eh.
I state, ma'am, again, executive privilege. But, ma'am,
Walang executive
I-
privilege
I-
kasi binunyag na
I
ninyo sa
must
TV.
state it very clear, as I stated very clear, that there was no mastermind. We were discussing mainly about what the president's statements were in Hong Kong.
Paano yun? Eh, naka-live, naka-broadcast po yun, sir. O, tapos ngayon, parang iba ata ang tono.
And it was based all on that statement, ma'am.
Sinabi ninyo na hindi kayo mag-isa na nagplano, kundi isang
There was no
grupo.
planning, ma'am.
Pero yun ang sabi eh.
There was,
Oo.
I said, hindi ako nagplano. Marami
May
kaming-
isang grupo na
ang-
nagplano.
We were all talking about a rumor, ma'am. And that was all.
Anong rumor? Inamin mo nga dun. Walang rumor dun, sir.
Rumor lang yon.
Yes, ma'am.
Group effort ang sabi mo eh. Ang tanong niya kung ikaw ang nagplano, tapos sabi mo,
There was no
hindi,
planning,
group
ma'am.
effort.
There was no planning, ma'am.
Anong
Earlier-
in-effort ng group
Ma'am,
kapag hindi
let
plano?
me make
I think that we're intruding into executive privilege already, ma'am. I think that we please
No, I'm
respect
just
our.
asking him to explain the media.
Yes, ma'am. But
Just
it's already a very thin
confining.
dividing line between what transpires
Huwag niyong pagsalitain pag hindi pa nire-recognize. Karapatan mo yan, Miss Amy. I-recognize mo muna siya bago magsalita.
in a room between cabinet members
I will-
and a media statement. But there's a very thin dividing line, ma'am.
Understood.
I hope that we can respect executive privilege.
Understood, and the Senate and the Secretary Chodoro is fully aware. Every time there's a need to recess to executive session, I'm happy to do so, and I will do so when necessary. Pero ngayon, sinabi kasi sa TV, paliwanag naman ninyo sa atin kung ano ibig sabihin. Kasi ang sinabi, hindi ako mag-isa na nagplano, may grupo kami.
They asked me if I had planned it. Sabi ko, I did not. I did not plan it. I said we were there. And not to skirt, ma'am, executive privilege. It was mainly because of the
Hirap, no?
statements
Hirap,
of the former
sir.
president
Hirap,
in
no?
Hong Kong that he said, in his words, ma'am, in Hong Kong, that I think you have a clip. He said that ang reading ko ay may ICC warrant of arrest na. That was the best of my recollection, ma'am.
So anong pinag-group effortan? Anong
To discuss
diniscuss
the
ng
rumor, ma'am.
grupo na
That again, ma'am,
pinangalanan nyo?
As far as I will invoke in executive privilege, you cannot plan on a rumor, ma'am.
Kaya nga, kaya nagtataka
So,
ako,
again,
bakit group effort? Eh, chismis lang naman yun.
Chismis nga.
Yun
Ayun
nga,
yun.
kung chismis, bakit mag-group effort pa? Tapos pinangalanan mo
Ma'am,
pa lahat na
maraming
nag-group
marites sa
effort?
mundo to, ma'am.
Labis naman yung marites, dami-daming
It was
marites
a
sa amin.
discussion of a rumor based on the statement of the president in Hong Kong.
Nakakatuwa lang dahil chismis lang pala eh. Bakit sesentensyahan yung tao sa base ng chismis?
It was a discussion of a rumor based on the statement of the president in Hong Kong.
So you deny that you're part and parcel of the planning and that the other persons you named, hindi rin sila kasali dun sa pagpaplano?
Again, ma'am, we were discussing the statement of the former president while he was in Hong Kong that he said that he said, in his words, ang reading ko ay may warrant of arrest na ako. So that was the only basis of the conversation, ma'am.
Bakit nasama ang pangalan ni Boss Gibo at ni Among Ed? Bakit nabanggit?
So ito yung group effort ninyo.
Yes, ma'am.
Pinagtulong-tulungan ninyo yung isang bahagyang chismis.
It was, ma'am, all of that is, again, the statement of the former president, not ours.
Okay, so walang kinalaman to. Pero para lamang sa kaprasong chismis, magtitipon-tipon pa yung mga sekretary ng kabinete. Nakakatuwa naman.
Call it what you may, ma'am.
palang magawa. Opo, anyway, nabanggit na paulit-ulit itong Interpol, ano? At nabanggit na ng SOJ. At alam naman natin,
Ma'am,
yes
if
po.
I may, since
Yes,
our
Secretary
name
Tudor,
was,
please. O kasi kasali kayo eh.
alluded to, the Department of National Defense and the Armed Forces of the Philippines has no law enforcement mandate. Our sole mandate is to give support to the Philippine National Police when it is asked for. And therefore, such ends our jurisdiction. The operation is clearly a law enforcement one, and the Philippine National Police has the power to ask the armed forces to assist. And that is the extent of the participation of my department and the armed forces of the Philippines. And all other matters in supporting the Philippine National Police are covered by operational security.
Tama po. Kaya hindi talaga chismis lang to. Meron talagang natanggap. At sinabi rin sa isang interview, alas 3 ng umaga, natanggap na yung notice of arrest nung Martes, March 11. Sinabi naman ni Secretary Remulla na si PNP General Marbil nakatanggap ng notice of arrest warrant alas 3 ng umaga ng Martes at sinabihan ang Pangulo ng alas 6. Nabasa niya nga sa alas 6 ng umaga. So ibig sabihin, hindi po chismis to. Meron ng
Eto na. Sorry ha, parang may nangangamoy na po dito. Ha? Ito yung sinasabi natin na baka mamaya bigla silang birahin kung sino nakaupo ngayon itong mga nababanggit at itong mga ini-interview dito. Ha? Kasi nagsalita na kasi yung dating yung Pangulo yung nakaupo ngayon na hindi kami, di ba? Hindi ako makikialam. Ngayon may kumilos. May kumilos. Siyempre, alam mo naman, pag nagpa-play safe ka na, makasama. Yun lang ang nakikita natin dito. Pwedeng mangyari, tuloy na lang natin to. Saka na lang natin bigyan ng reaksyonan.
Notice of arrest warrant.
You're talking about two different days.
Okay.
March 10.
Sige, clarify po ninyo para maintindihan namin.
Was conjecture.
March 10, chismis pa lang yun.
Yes, ma'am.
Dala nung salita galing sa Hong Kong.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
March
Tapos,
11 was a formalized transmission by the ICC towards the Interpol. And that was the first knowledge that this administration had of the presence of a action by the ICC directed towards the Interpol. And that was the only formal knowledge that we had.
So, andun lang. So, ang ibig sabihin, ang gobyerno hindi tumulong sa ICC sa application ng warrant. Nagulat kayo na dumating na lang yung dokumento?
Yes, ma'am.
Wala kayong kaalam-alam or paghihingi?
None whatsoever, ma'am.
None whatsoever. Ganon din yung SOJ, pati yung SND. Wala kayong balita, wala kayong hinikayat, wala kayong pakikiusap na ilabas na yan sa lalong madaling panahon.
Wala po ako rito noon Nasa Vienna po ako. Ma-attend po ako ng United Nations meeting sa Drugs and Crime, UNODC.
Yung March 10 o yung 11 po?
Parehong araw pa wala po ako rito. Ngunit nakikipag-usap ako sa telepono na tinatanong ko yung nangyayari dito sapagkat ang Department of Justice ay involved siyempre sa bawat proseso. At kinakausap ko po yung mga pwede kong kausapin tungkol dito.
Okay, so wala kayo dito pero kayo nag-anunsyo at lumabas sa balita na alas 3 ng umaga pa lang ng Martes andyan na yung notice of warrant.
It was me, ma'am. It was me.
Ibang Remulla yun? Baka na-confuse pati media.
It was me who confirmed during the press conference of March, on Tuesday, March 11, I think, that when the president asked me on when the notice of diffusion arrived, and I stated it was 3 a.m.
Salamat. Okay. Si General Marbil, may idadagdag po kayo. Kayo daw ang nakatanggap
Mama, natanggap ko po yun ay more or less after ng 3 o'clock. So usually ito po talaga ginagawa namin. Pagka meron pong request ang PCTC Interpol, we act po dun sa kanila po. Kung ano po yung request ng PCTC Interpol.
Maraming salamat, General Marbil. At Interpol ang binabanggit na natin ngayon. So yung Interpol, ang Pilipinas ay isa sa founding member. Isa tayo sa nanguna sa pagtatatag ng Interpol noong 1952. Interpol's purpose is to facilitate cooperation and assist member nations. So crime information sharing, investigative support, specialized training, transnational crimes in particular are the focus of this agency. And this comprise terrorism, cybercrime, organized crime, financial crime, and anti-corruption. And to ensure that it is not used for persecution, in its constitution, the Interpol has Article 3, providing that it's strictly forbidden for the organization to undertake any intervention or activities of a political, military, religious, or racial character. So maliwanag yan sa Interpol, hindi sila manghihimasok sa politika at sa domestic affairs ng isang bansa. Ngayon, eto na yung press con ng ating Pangulo noong March 11 ng 2025 at sinabi niya, andito yata yan, it's a request of the Philippine government from Interpol. And to enforce the arrest warrant. And of course, we comply with our commitments to Interpol. We did not do this because it was derived or it came from ICC, but rather from Interpol. Because they asked us, we have commitments to them. We live up to those commitments. I don't think we violated the country's sovereignty. Bakit naman? Dahil consistent naman tayo, hindi tayo tumutulong sa investigasyon ng ICC. Wala tayong meron contact, pero not on an official level. We did not help them in any way. The arrest we did today was in compliance. Ayan, mabasa ninyo. Was in compliance with the commitment to Interpol at hindi yung ICC. Hindi natin kinakausap ang ICC, marami silang hinihingi sa atin ng mga dokumento, wala kaming binibigay. Yun lamang, hindi natin mahindian ang Interpol. So kung may duda sa ating pakikibahagi sa ICC, ang sinasabi ng Pangulo, ang ating commitment, obligasyon sa Interpol ay maliwanag at walang duda. So ang sinasabi natin, kailan ba natanggap ng gobyerno na yung ICC naglabas na ng warrant of arrest laban kay Presidente PRRD?
At alas 10 nga ng umaga. Yun ang pagkakaalam kong yun.
So, hindi...
March 11.
No inkling before. May marites lang.
Marites lang po. Marami hong... ilang taon na po yung sinasabi na may lalabas na warrant of arrest. Ngunit ngayon lang ho talaga lumabas. March 11, alas 10 ng umaga.
So hanggang sa March 11 ng alas 3, na tulad ng sinabi ni General Marbil na tanggap ninyo nung umaga, ay wala kayo ka-idea.
The only information we got was the words of the former president in Hong Kong.
Sa Hong Kong?
Sa Hong Kong, ma'am.
Na andyan na?
Yes, ma'am.
Siya pang nauna, hindi kayo?
Yes, ma'am.
Nakakatuwa, no? Anyway, hindi ba March 8 pa lamang, marami na ring chismis na magkakaroon ng arrest warrant. In fact, the following day, mismo yung palasyo, Malacanang, sinabi na may mga haka-haka na ganun nga lalabas na and the government is prepared for any eventuality. Bakit nasabi yun kung wala pang hawak na notice or kopya? March 8 pa lang to, nagsalita na yung Malacanang.
Di ba? Bukuhan ng mga kasama. Kaya, antabayan na natin ha, mahaba pa itong mga hearing na ito. Gagawin natin o bibigyan natin ng mga komento at reaction yan ha. Mamaya ho, abang ulit tayo. Meron po tayong i-upload patungkol dito. Bye-bye!